All right. So F plus V equals E plus 2, Euler's formula. Then, if I have a shape like that and I wrap it around a circle, what three-dimensional object does it become? This is a cone. If I have something like this and wrap it around a three-dimensional object, what is that? A hemisphere. Very good, very good. Well, if I have a rectangle and wrap it around a line, that's a cylinder. Okay? So you got to know which is which is which. So if I take a cross section of this parallel to the base, what shape is it? What shape will the cross section be, Carson Wingle? Why don't you take off your headphones, please? What is the cross section of this shape parallel to the base gonna be? No, that's not a hexagon. How many sides does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octagon. It's going to be an octagon. Okay? So when you cut something off parallel to the base, it's going to be the same shape as the base. Well, if I take a cross section perpendicular to the base, cross section perpendicular to the base, then what shape would it be? Well, if it's perpendicular to the top, then it's parallel to the sides. What shape are the sides? A rectangle. So if you go perpendicular to the base, then it's a rectangle. All right. All right. Let's say I have a hemisphere with a volume equal to 676 pi centimeters cubed. Okay? What is the radius of this hemisphere? Okay? What's the radius going to be? Well, first we have to figure out the formula for the hemisphere. Okay? What's the formula? What's the volume of a hemisphere? 2/3 pi r cubed. Because a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed, so a hemisphere would be half of that, so it's 2/3 pi r cubed. So 676 pi equals 2/3 pi r cubed. First thing I can do is do what to both sides? Cancel out pi. It's gone. And then I got to get rid of my 2/3 by multiplying each side by 3/2. Those cancel on that side. So take 3/2 times 676. What do we get? 1014 equals r cubed. Now, you got to know how to run your calculator. We're going to take the cube root of both sides. So on most of your calculators, it's going to be 3, then second, and then hit this key, which is the x square root of y key, and then 1014, and then the equals key. What do we get for our radius? 10.05, or yeah, 10.05, 10.1, whatever. Okay? So we should be able to do that. Okay. We have a sphere. What is the area of the great circle? And a great circle is the biggest circle that you can have in a sphere. When you cut it off, cross section makes a circle. What is the area of the circle if The volume of the sphere is 384 centimeters cubed. Well, just like the last problem, we have to set the volume equal to 4/3 pi r cubed and then plug in the numbers where we know. Okay, so if to get rid of 4/3, we multiply by 3/4. So take 3/4 on each side. What's 3/4 of 384? 3/4 of 288 equals pi r cubed. Divide by pi on each side. Going to be 90 something. 91.7 equals r cubed. And then take the cube root of each side. 4.5 is my radius. Okay? So, that's my radius. I want the area of the circle. Area equals pi r squared. So take pi times 4.5 squared. 63.6 centimeters squared. Okay, so that'll be a little more difficult. Okay, so it'll talk about a plane intersecting the circle and the volume of a sphere and all that. So that'll be a little harder. Yes. I don't think there's any extra credit problems on this one. No. Okay. Okay, so let's say there's a soap bubble that has a volume of 816 centimeters cubed. Okay, what is the diameter? Okay, so if the volume is 816 centimeters cubed, what's the diameter? So, again, like the last couple problems, volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So 816 equals 4/3 pi r cubed. First step is to multiply by 3/4 on both sides. And what do we get? 612 equals pi r cubed. Divide by pi. 194.8 equals r cubed. And then take the cube root. The radius equals 4 point something. The cube root of 194. Oh, 5.8. That was off. Yep. So then the diameter would equal that times 2, which would be 11.6. Okay? All right. The volume of this box. Well, let's call this box A. This box B. And if this is 3 by 4 by 10, and this is 3 by 4 by X, if B equals 1/2 of A, what is X? If B is 1/2 of A, what is X? Well, you got to find the volume of this one first. What's the volume of A? 3 times 4 times 10 is 120. So if B is a half of A, the volume of B is 60 equals 3 times 4 times X. Well, what's 3 times 4? 12. So if we divide by 12, X would equal 5. Okay? All right. You have a sleeve of Oreo cookies. Okay? Each cookie is 2 1/4 inches in diameter. There's 6 cookies in the sleeve. The volume of the sleeve is, let's say, 92 inches cubed. How thick are the cookies? Okay, how thick are the cookies? So, volume, what type of shape is this? Cylinder equals pi r squared h. So 92 equals pi. What's my radius? 1 1/8 or 1.125 squared times, there's 6 cookies, so it's 6x. 6x, 6 times the thickness of each cookie. So you take 92 divided by pi. What's 92 divided by pi? What? 29.3 equals 1.125 squared times 6x. And divide by 1.125 squared. Not going to change it too much. 23? 23.1 equals 6x and divide by 6. X equals 3.85. That's one thick cookie. 3.58, 3 inches cookie. That's a good thick cookie. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Gravel pile is 20 feet across, 15 feet high. A truck can haul 6 cubic yards away at a time. How many trips would it take to haul the entire gravel pile away? Want to haul this whole gravel pile away? Well, we want to find the volume of this gravel pile. Volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. What's my radius? 10 squared times 15. So it's 500 pi, so the volume is got to be 1,500 and something. What's 500 times pi?
1,570.79.
Okay, now that's cubic feet. A truck can hold 6 cubic yards at a time. What's the problem with this problem? Because you'll have this issue on the test. You have to change square cubic feet to yards, or usually we go the other way. Have to change cubic yards to feet. Okay? So, well, I guess we can do it this way. Figure out how many. So if I have a yard by a yard by a yard, that's 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet because there's 3 feet in a yard. So in 1 square yard, cubic yard, there's how many cubic feet? 27 cubic feet because it's 3 by 3 by 3. So you take this divided by 27 cubic feet per cubic yard. So take this number divided by 27. What do we get? 58 cubic yards. There's 58 cubic yards and the truck can haul 6 yards at a time. How many trips is it going to take? Basically 10 trips. Okay, because it's, 9 point something something. So you just round it up to 10. Okay. Last one we'll do, and then we'll call it good. Okay. So I've got a box. And I've got an expensive crystal ball that I'm going to put in this box. Okay. The ball's in the shape of a sphere. Okay. It's like, let's say it's like $200,000 and I'm shipping it somewhere. Now my ball, my crystal ball, has a radius of 7.5 inches, and my box is 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches. How much packing foam do I need to pack around that crystal ball so it doesn't break in transit? Okay. Well, what's the volume of the box? 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. Okay. What's the volume of the sphere? Well, it's pi, or it's 4/3 pi r cubed. What's my radius? 7.5. So it's going to be a lot smaller than this 1,000 number. So it's 7.5 times 7.5 times 7.5, because it's 7.5 cubed, times pi, times 4/3. What do we get? Oh, I screwed that up. It has a diameter of 7.5. There we go. It has a diameter of 7.5. So then its radius is only 3.75. There we go. Didn't even look at it. Okay, so its radius is 3.75 cubed times pi times 4/3. So I'd have to take 1,000 minus 228.9, which gives me 771.1 cubic inches of packing foam. That box is going to be mostly packing foam. Okay? It's going to be mostly packing foam with a little crystal ball on the inside that it won't want broken. What? You said 220, no 8. Oh, 220.9. I thought you said 228.9. So then it's going to be 779.1 cubic inches of packing foam. Okay? All right. So a lot of your problems will look like this on the test. Okay. So the rest of the class period, if you're not done with your Savises, get your Savises done. Otherwise, be quiet and be peaceful and don't make me mad.